Scott Green, Jacob Will, and Tom Goodrich. Parker Harris, currently entering his senior year at BHS, competed in pole vault this past spring in Columbus. Congratulations to Parker for this fine accomplishment. Next is Alex Dolan, BHS grad and current cadet at West Point, advanced to the finals in the 100-meter dash. Congratulations to Alex for this tremendous accomplishment. The 4x1 relay team of Jake Hausch, Corbin Garza, David Rommel, and Alex Dolan placed 8th in the state tournament. With this accomplishment, the team will soon enjoy a spot on our wall at the Athletic Wall of Fame. Congratulations, gentlemen. Lastly, the 4x4 relay team of Evan Smith, Logan Deal, Jake Hausch, and John Garza placed 9th in the state competition. Congratulations, gentlemen. Please join me in a round of applause for our state track members and their accomplishments from 2016. Next in the introduction is the cheerleaders. The 2016 football cheerleading squad is back with 3 returning varsity girls, senior Lindsay Duvernay, and juniors Tabitha Musser and Alex Lauren. Seniors George Waters and Bailey Dunn, along with sophomore Ashley Koch and freshman Allison Barnett, make up the rest of the varsity squad. Captains are Jordan Waters and Tabitha Musser. Junior varsity cheerleaders are senior Cage Vermillion, who is a first-time cheerleader, and the first male cheerleader Brian has had in quite some time. Sophomores Elizabeth Holbrook and Alexis Morris, and freshmen Kerrigan Dick, Megan Grimm, and Madison Siders. In addition to painting stadium and senior signs, the countless hours of practice perfecting over 60 sidelines and 25 quarter cheers, the squad found time to help with the summer lunch program at Mattie Marsh Park. The cheerleaders are led by head coach Peggy Musser and assistant coach Christy Moore. We're excited to be back on the track cheering on the boys on Friday Night Lights. Go Bears! In cross country, the 2016 boys and girls cross country teams are coached by Casey Thormeyer and Emily Nagy. This year's seniors include Jared Kepler, Josh Van Sagern, and Austin Willis. Both teams have several returning letter winners as well as some new runners that have shown strong promise for the upcoming season. Both teams are looking forward to the first competition of the season, which will be in Salina on Saturday the 27th. The 2016 football season outlook is promising. The boys have spent the off-season in the weight room improving their strength. The attitude and commitment of this group is a strong point. The football program will have a freshman, JV, and varsity teams this fall. The golf team is looking forward to another successful year on the golf course. We have a lot of experience returning to us this year, led by senior Owen Beaver. The upperclassmen are leading a very talented group of young players who are looking to contribute at the varsity level. Our NWAL matches get underway in a couple weeks, and the team is looking forward to being very competitive in the league this year. Boys soccer, the Bryan Golden Bears boys soccer team had an excellent preseason. The boys worked hard every day in the summer workouts to develop their strength and fitness. The boys placed first out of 28 teams at the Bowling Green Otsego preseason tournament. They have been working hard in scrimmages and practices and are looking forward to a great season. We have an excellent senior class that includes Henry DeLeon, Daniel Borland, Atlan Sayerath, Blythe Creek, Logan Deal, Hunter Kern, Fennick Thongpasong, Brandon Becker, and Marcus Becker. With them leading our team, the boys have a goal of winning the NWAL and finishing strong in the Division II postseason tournament. Not only do we have high expectations for this season, but we also strive for a brighter future in the boys soccer program. We have 13 freshmen out for the team, making a total of 32 boys in the program, which allows us to have a full JV schedule. Come on out to the park and support our boys soccer team. The girls soccer, after a huge turnaround for the program in 2015, we are looking to carry that momentum into this season with 15 returning letter winners and a handful of promising newcomers. We look to improve on our 11-win season last year and compete for our first ever NWAL title. We opened the season on August 23rd against soccer powerhouse Lake High School. In girls tennis, the Lady Bears tennis team is looking to improve upon their 19-2 regular season record from last year as they return 5 of their starting 7 players from last season, led by seniors Morgan Bauer, A.J. Brenneman, Kim Roberts, and Trista Savage. In addition to the experienced lineup, the girls tennis team will be able to play deep into their roster, giving them several options and flexibility to match up against their opponents. The team is coached by Mitchell Owens and Chad Savage. The Lady Bears volleyball team is showing strong numbers this season by fielding a freshman, JV, and varsity squad. They will rely on their senior leadership and experience by returning 7 letter winners, with 5 of them being seniors. They have been showing improvement at every level with each scrimmage and look to be competitive in a tough league and district. Let's have a nice round of applause for our 2016 Bryan Golden Bear participants for the fall season. Thank you. The First Church of Christ is proud to announce fifth quarter's 30th anniversary. After each home game, 5th through 8th grade students are welcome to come hang out for food, fun, and friends. If you have any questions, please call 419-636-3509 and ask for Brock. The Bryan Athletic Department, all sports passes are available for purchase by the concession stand entrance. And please take a moment to stop by the Bryan Athletic Boosters table at the concession stand entrance. And the concession stand is open for business.
Snow, rain, salt, grit and grime, dirty shoes, spare change, food wrappers, and years of dust and dirt. These things have taken a toll on your family vehicle's exterior and interior. Admit it, if your family vehicle could talk, it would be begging to look like it did when you drove it off the lot. So treat your car to a custom detailing job inside and out at Whelan's Auto Repair in Bryan.
Not only do we service all makes and models, but we now offer professional detailing services too. Bring your car or truck in today and we'll send it home with a smile.
Every day, busy young executives travel the world in search of that next big deal. And when their plane lands, the first thing on their mind is a great place to stay. When it comes to Northwest Ohio, that's the Plaza Motel. They know the Plaza has the high-speed internet connection they need, all their favorite TV channels, and a great morning breakfast. Next time you touch down in Northwest Ohio, stop by and see why TripAdvisor travelers make the Plaza their place to recharge before they take off again.
Many area residents associate Tony's Car Care with the thoroughness of our detail work. Every inch has to be spotless. People say we have put the detail in detailing for almost 30 years. Now when the engine light comes on your dash, or you need an oil change, tires, or brakes, think of Tony's and understand we take the same pride in our repair work as we do in our detailing. Tony's Car Care, from window tinting to everyday car repair. I am Tony Signs, and you have my word that we will take care of you.
You know, gathering with those we love, we get to catch up and we get to reflect on the past.
It seems like every time we get together, I always learn something new.
Here's the front page of the Columbus Dispatch when he won state baseball tournament, sliding into home plate.
Look at that, the front page. And that's a neat picture.
That was a great memory. I'll never forget that.
At Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, we understand that there are special memories that need to be remembered and shared.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome on into the Golden Bears Sports Network here tonight. BryanSports.com, BMU TV. I'm going to get them all here tonight, Chris, before it's all over and done.
Are you get them all done?
I think we'll send them all out there, and then we'll let somebody pick, and they'll say, is that old dude just rambling here one more year?
He
or
is.
Do you have any idea where he's at and what he's up to?
Well, I don't know. That could be, but you are rambling for one more year, that's for sure.
There you go. Welcome on in here to Golden Bear Stadium tonight. I'm Jim Funderburg along with Chris Malenga as we get together. How many years has this been, Christopher, that we've done this? Do you have a number on that one now?
I think it's our 13th season, if I'm not mistaken, wow, on BMU. I started in the fall of 2006, so this would be my 10th season.
Wow.
So.
Well, I was heading over to the other end of the table. Jim and Shu over there were one was 40, and Shu'd been around here for 25 years right now. So we're still pups in this press box right now, but it has been a while, and it's fun to say that it's time to start playing football again.
Yeah,
this year.
It's hard to believe. It really is that it's football season. But Anthony Wayne's here and Brian's here, and we're going to do a battle with the scrimmage.
And this is one that I think some folks have looked at times and wondered why we take on an Anthony Wayne team right before you get ready for the season. But definitely stepping up in class a little bit. These guys at D1 school, and so you get an opportunity to maybe play against a team that's got a bit more potential than what you're going to see all year long. This is a team that's somewhat underachieved the last few years, being around that 500 mark in Anthony Wayne. They've had some pretty solid football teams, though, Chris. We've done this scrimmage now a couple times. In fact, 2 years ago when they were here, we did the scrimmage, and then I think 3 years ago I went over and watched the scrimmage that year, and that was a year that we had a pretty good football team, and these guys were still pretty solid. We had a tough day that day against them. we understand we're going to see pretty much a football game minus some of the kick returns. So I'm not sure that they're going to return this kick as we get both teams out on the field right now. We get the kickoff situation, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be a live return or not. Against Defiance, it was not. So for the Bears, Josh Jones will tee it up. And as you and I talked, Christopher, it's hard to imagine that Josh, a senior this year.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember he was a freshman kicker.
Yeah, wasn't that something? I remember that we used to. Who's 27? 20.
Yeah, who's that guy?
He's a freshman. Oh, okay, all right. And now we were watching him make field goals here in warm-ups at 40 to 45 yards. So I would think he becomes also a weapon this year for the Bears and Coach Redhead. They will tee it up. They will kick it off. And back deep is number 12. And I don't have a 12 on their roster as normal.
Yeah, this game, of course, we're going to
back there.
This
12.
This game, of course, we're going to not have all numbers because both teams were in practice jerseys, or not
so it's
their
always
regular jerseys. So
it's always enjoyable when you get to that point where you've got those numbers.
Yep.
Is 12 Evan Brown, guys? Is 12's Evan Brown? Okay, we got him on a 1 down here. So we got the Anthony Wayne bunch right next to us. Evan Brown is number 12. He is their senior tailback, 5'11", 195 pounds. And he'll stand behind Kyle Williams, I believe is 10 at quarterback right now as they're working the shotgun. In fact, it's 16, and the handoff goes to Brown, and he runs forward for a couple. It's Tyler Christofek. Christofek, guys? Pretty close? All right. Kyle Christofek, the quarterback. Talking to some of their guys before the game, Chris, they've had a couple of quarterbacks go down for them in the scrimmage, and that's one of the things that you really hope doesn't happen to your team here, especially in the last preseason game before you start winding things up next Friday night. Christofek will roll. He'll throw out in the flat, be a little bit behind the intended receiver, and that is Alex Swagler. And we'll set up a 3rd down now and about 4 yards to go. Not sure exactly how they're going to play this tonight, like a game, or whether they're going to have a series of plays, Chris. But we'll find that out as we go, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bears with a new look this year. Basically playing a 4-man front with 2 linebackers and then 5 defensive backs that they'll move all around as they need to. And you can see right now the safety's kind of playing up on both sides. 2 guys in the middle. Damon Belts is one of them, 44. Quarterback will keep it, try to run for the 1st down, and he'll be very close. He crosses the 40-yard line. And I believe the mark is going to be just enough to move the sticks.
Is that Brown again?
No, that was Christofek. That was the quarterback that time there. Tyler Christofek, sophomore, got him down as a wide receiver and a linebacker, but as we said, 2 quarterbacks already down for them this year, so they're already in a very unenviable position to have to go to a number 3 back. They'll fake to Brown, roll to the left, toss the ball, nice little floater to Kyle Williams, and Williams will be into Golden Bear territory as he steps across the 50 and then out of bounds right around the 49-yard line of the Golden Bears. And we'll pull some numbers up here and start to give you some Bears. New computer, Chris, and I'm learning how to make it all work right now. How's that, huh? Had it all set up.
I had a new stats program as well.
Opening day, we're just kind of stretching the legs tonight and working out some of the bugs, as we always do. Good to have you with us here tonight, as they will turn it hand to Brown, and Brown will get stood up after a short pickup right up the middle of the line. The Bears right there with a nice tackle, very low. I believe that was Damon Belts, 44, that made that hit.
Pick up about 1.
So it'll be 2nd down. They give him a very short one. 2nd down and a long 9, let's call it, huh? Bears again in that 4-man front. 2 backers in the middle. 4 deep backs as the rush is allowed to go through, and the screen pass will be completed for a first down.
That was a nice screen. I don't know if that was Bryce Gunner. That's the number it was. 42.
Well, we're working on those numbers as
Yeah.
we go, aren't we, huh?
We are.
And up front, I think 40, I believe, is Clayton Farrell playing right end over on the right side. I don't have a 40 on this roster here for the Bears as well. Number 5 on this end is Devontae Royster. The middle two guys for the Bears right now have no numbers on the front of their jersey, so that makes it a little difficult. Number 4 is Lucas Nye, who is one of the linebackers. He's on the visitors' side, and Damon Belts to his left. As this throw will be complete in the flat. Number 10 is Kyle Williams again. Williams, the junior, with a nice pickup of about 5, but we have an ineligible player, and that will wipe out that completion and bring the ball back and spot it at about the 42. So instead of a pickup of about a 5, it'll be a loss of about 4 when you march off the 5 from the original line of scrimmage, and it'll set up a first down now and about 15. Pretty night for football. Nice crowd on hand. Both sides have folks here.
All bunched up.
Offset eye, look to the left. They'll bring their flanker in motion and fake the handoff there, but before anything gets going, we have a procedure call against Anthony Wayne. And the Generals with back-to-back penalties heading in the wrong direction after getting off to a pretty nice start.
And that's why you have scrimmages. You got to get those counts ready, those those snap counts and those things like that ready to go.
Well, with a couple teams like these two are, they'll Anthony Wayne will hook up next week with Findlay.
Yep.
Bears traveling down to Van Wert to get this season underway.
The longest running college or high school football rivalry in the state of Ohio.
Isn't that amazing?
Opening game, that is.
Evan Brown again, the only running back in the backfield, and he'll roll out to his right, looking to block. Ball thrown a little bit high. Bears underneath of it. And that was Mason Oliphant, number 38 for the Bears, who almost had the first pick of the season. Lucas Nye now steps in at that other linebacker spot next to Damon Belts. And Brady Shankster, number 11, playing in the safety spot at the top of the field. Doubles to the top, triples to the bottom. An empty backfield here for Anthony Wayne. They'll throw that little flanker pass. And a first guy will miss for the Bears. And receiver will get back to close to that first initial line of scrimmage as he's up to about the 38-yard line. So a nice job picking up all of the penalty yards now. It sets up third down, and they'll spot him actually at closer to the 39, so third down and almost 12. Tyler Christofek, the quarterback, again in that pistol look. Brown to his left. Triples now to the top as they're running the spread. Here comes Damon Belts. He'll miss. And the ball will be intercepted in the middle of the field. I think that's Jones. I believe that's 27. Josh Jones brings it to the home sideline. And he'll advance it up to the 44-yard line before he gets knocked out of bounds. So the senior, Josh Jones, picks off the errant pass from Christofek. And the Bears have almost gotten 2 here tonight, but that is 1, and that will give their offense a great spot to start as Drew Peters will start a quarterback here tonight for the Bears. John Rittenhouse will be one of the running backs. Damon Belts the other. The Bears going to go to a more traditional look this year, Christopher. They're going to the I, run out of the pro set, generally with a pair of tight ends and a couple of flankers, and that's exactly the look that they're showing right now. I believe this is color right in front of us. As Peters goes under center, he'll turn and hand the ball to Rittenhouse, and Rittenhouse gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe forward for a yard. As the line of scrimmage won by the guys in the blue shirts that time. '76 is Andrew Lama, one of the defensive tackles. 67, another pretty good sized guy, Byron Grachkowski. We'll catch those names too. Peters drops. He's going to run out of time, and he'll be dropped at the 40-yard line. And that's 68 or 69. Christopher, can you see that's 69, but I'm not showing a 69 on the roster right now. Who's 69, guys? Any idea? For you guys. Ryan Conley. Okay, thank you, guys. Ryan Conley on the stop is number 69 there, Chris. So the Bears set up now with a 3rd down and 14. Can they keep this drive alive after the interceptions? Set them up with great field position on the 44-yard line. Peters rolls to his right, looks to throw down the field. Lobs it to Belts, who has the ball. He'll be close to midfield before he's run out of bounds. And it'll set up a 4th down at about 5 for the Golden Bears, as they'll have the football just on the Bryan side of the 50-yard line, and they'll send the punt team out. So Josh Jones again will do the kicking and punting this year for the Golden Bears. And Jones, I'll tell you what, he made a big splash when he was a freshman, Chris.
Yes, he did.
You know, and from that point on, he's just gotten better. Bryce Gunner is number 42, who's right in front of us right now. Jones put the foot to it, and a nice high kick that will be fair caught just inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. And Anthony Wayne will have the ball for the 2nd time here tonight. Okay, 16 is Bryson Bias. Okay, cool, man. Guy, thanks. Okay. Bryson Bias is 16, Christopher. How's that? What's that? Oh, yeah, whenever you get to a game like this one, that's why we do a practice like this one today, you know? And we appreciate the help, guys. 6:18 to play in the opening quarter here on the final scrimmage of the 2016 season. Brown scoots through a hole up the middle and gets about 2 before he's knocked down. Damon Belts on the tackle. Belts is going to be a young guy that they're going to count on this year, Chris. I
Absolutely.
mean, you know, you're starting fullback, you're starting middle linebacker. Team has not gotten, you know, it has some decent depth as far as this year. Several seniors on this football team, and we'll talk about that as we go. But, again, not a lot of numbers out here tonight for the Bears. But there's enough. And the one thing we'll probably get a picture of as we go, the sideline screen this year. There are cameras on both sidelines where both teams will get the replay of the last play sent down to their huddles, and they can take a look and analyze what they did right or did wrong in the play before. As we get a timeout called on the field, and both sides go to the sideways for a little drink of water.
Let's take a break while they're doing that. You're watching the game on BMU TV.
Looking for career opportunities? They're closer than you think. Northwest State has more than 70 degree and certificate programs, so you can start on the path to a rewarding career. Or transfer your credits toward a bachelor's degree. Your future is knocking. What are you waiting for? Opportunities await at Northwest State Community College. Find out more at northweststate.edu.
Okay, I have your order as 1 loaded chicken chunks tossed in hot sauce, Tex-Mex style, with a spinach artichoke dip and nacho chips, a 4-inch roast beef sub on white bread. Your total will be $20.24. We'll have that in 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Sub order!
Sub order.
Sub order!
Thank you. Introducing loaded chicken chunks. Myros, more than just pizza.
to Golden Bear Stadium on a Friday night just before we get going here with the regular season football. Bears had the ball after a turnover, but couldn't really get anything going, so they punt the ball back after 3 downs to Anthony Wayne. Brown now with open territory. He's at the 40, the 50. I don't think anybody's going to catch Evan Brown. He's going to go 78 yards for the first touchdown of the evening. Nothing fancy, Chris, just some really good solid blocking on the left side of that line and a whole lot of speed once he hit that sideline.
Absolutely. He was gone.
Now, Brown, you'll be happy to hear this, Chris. I think the guys next door said that Brown might be a Bowling Green Falcon possibly next year. You know,
that would be awesome.
Good-sized kid at senior. 5'11", 195 pounds with some pretty good wheels, as we saw right there.
79-yard touchdown.
There you go. Bad snap. Anthony Wayne calls fire drill, and they'll throw that to the back of the end zone, and it will be almost caught back there, but dropped by Kyle Williams. So the 79-yard touchdown run will not be answered with a extra point of any kind. But Anthony Wayne will go up 6-0 here with 5:24 to play here in the opening quarter, Chris.
Yeah, and boy, that was a nice drive. We get some blocking, get a guy to go for 79.
That's, you know, I'll tell you, the Bears need to be able to pull that out here this year. When you take a look at this team, Chris, senior, Sam Culler is a senior this year, 6'3", 155. Drew Peters, Lucas Nye, let's see, Clayton Farrell, Mason Oliphant, Damon Bells, Jordan Robb, Ryan Pekornik. Head down my list here all the way down. Alex Miller, a senior this year. So those are your seniors, a decent senior class.
Yep.
Obviously, the Bears lost some seniors last year, but at the same time, you know, it wasn't like a couple of years ago when we lost those 2 or 3 really big senior classes and had to try to find out how to turn things around. When you come off a year where you're 0-10, it doesn't really matter how many guys you lose last year.
Absolutely, and it's only, you know, it's all about doing things a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. You know what I mean?
That's it.
You can't expect a complete turnaround. You're going to have to get some guys buying in, and hopefully some things change this year.
Yeah, and you know what? I tell you what, Coach has been happy. I've talked to Coach Redhead a couple of times this year already. He's been in on the radio program with us a couple times, and all in all, I think he's happy. He knows he has some. He doesn't have the best depth that he'd like to have. The numbers aren't as good as what he'd like to have, but the kids that are out here, as you said, are bought into the program this year. That's for sure. High floater will be caught at about the 15-yard line. Devontae Royster, one of the deep backs there, was able to pull that in. Devontae will be an interesting guy. A junior. We'll see how well that young man can mature and play this year.
Yep.
As he said the other day, Coach said, you know, all the problems they had last year, new coach coming in at the very last minute pretty much, not really having a chance to have a good full off season with his guys. This year he's done that. Last year, you know, you're trying to take a team that doesn't really have the talent for a spread and still play a spread, and then at the same time try to transition over to a more of a pro set look that he's dealing with this year. As they start in the eye now as Peters goes under center. He'll hand to the second guy. That's Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse will bounce it out, but good team speed there by Anthony Wayne.
Yep. Rittenhouse a good runner too.
Bryce Gunner was able to stretch him out a little farther than he wanted to, and I think if Rittenhouse maybe would have put that shoulder pad down and gone forward instead of going out and trying to catch the corner, he might have gotten a couple. Instead, he gets one. It'll be second down now, 9. But I do think he has everybody bought. They've all bought into the program this year. They're all ready to go. They're all ready to play. They're still trying to figure out some of the new aspects of this offense. And that's 40 with that ball. We don't have to figure out who that is. Hey, Shu, who's 40, Shu?
For us?
Yeah. He's not on the roster here.
I wonder, was Belts wearing 44 earlier?
You don't have a roster? Well, I thought you had that in your head, man. Bells is wearing 44, and Rittenhouse is wearing 32. And I'm not sure whether that's Farrell. I'm not really sure who that was. We'll have to figure that out.
I'm giving it to Farrell.
Peters will keep this one, try to find some room around the left end, and just runs out of room. And again, the Bears not able to put up a nice solid wall in front of Drew to get him around the corner. Drew again trying to find his way as a passing quarterback, still a pretty good runner. Very elusive out in open field. 21 is Matt Harreld for the Bears. As Jones again drops back deep. Good snap. Another nice kick. Fair catch right at the 31-yard line, and that's where Anthony Wayne will put this series into play. And the Bears shift the defense out onto the football field. Enough guys on this team this year, Chris, to give some guys some breathers as you see some fresh jerseys walking in.
Yeah, interestingly enough, some teams in the league are up, Brian. Some teams are down. Swanton's numbers are down. PH's numbers are really down. And, of course, you've got good old Coach Inselman back at Patrick Henry.
Yeah, you know.
So this could be an interesting year because Coach Inselman's back at Patrick Henry, and supposedly it's Liberty Center's coach's last year. So
yeah, it is. That'll be an interesting situation. One old gray-haired guy is going to go away, and another one's coming back, is what they kind of joked about a while ago. 75 is Tyler Hartsock for the Bears. He's in at left tackle. And the handoff comes straight forward for about 7 yards on opening play. 65 is Connor Ford.
But 50 had the ball. Alex
20,
Vogel, maybe?
20. I think it was 20 with that football.
No, it was 50. Look 50? At him. See him?
50 had the ball? Cooper Hack. Holy mackerel, man. Number 50.
He had it. I mean, he had it.
No, you're right.
He's lined up.
Yeah, I couldn't believe 50's normally your center, man. You know?
Yep.
The old Fumblerooski type play on that one, but it didn't look like that same play. Hack runs right into Devontae Royster, who stuffs him right at the 40-yard line. I think that will be just shy of the first down. And it'll set up a third down now for Anthony Wayne.
Nope, they gave him the first down.
Forward progress got him right to the 40, and that's exactly where they needed to go.
Royster did a nice job on that tackle.
You know, I'll tell you what, Devontae could be a big surprise this year. Oh, missed tackle in the backfield, but the Bears do clean it up. Damon Belts comes up to finish off the work that I believe. And again, I think that is Clayton Farrell at 40. Clayton had him, couldn't get him wrapped up and drop him in the backfield, but slowed him down enough for Damon Belts to follow up and finish. And the loss is 3, and it's 2nd and 13. Down to 2 minutes here to play in this opening quarter. Again, single running back in the backfield for Anthony Wayne. Doubles to both sides as they're running that spread that we ran so long. Enough time to throw and complete the pass for about 5 yards out across the 40 to about the 42. And talking to the guys from Anthony Wayne that are up here with us in the booth, they said, you know, the one thing that they are going to depend on a lot this year is going to be that speed. Pretty quick team, and you've noticed that quite a bit here early, especially with that 79-yard run by Brown. They'll spread 3 to the top now with a single back in the backfield and one right in front of us. Bears again with that 4-man front. Quarterback will roll to his left and throw, and he's got his man. 20 is Alex Swagler, sophomore, tight end, 5'8", $153. Neither team really overly large. I know that Anthony Wayne's come in here a couple of times with some pretty good football teams and pretty good size football teams, but tonight the Bears and Anthony Wayne about the same size. The Generals and the Golden Bears tonight pretty even when you take a look at up and down that football field. Handoff goes to 50 again. He's across midfield into Golden Bear territory at about the 48.
That was 4th down they ran that on.
And it's something that the Bears are going to have to figure out. Because there's been way too many holes out there as Royster comes off to the sideline. Kind of a warm night, but not too bad out there. A little humid, so I'm sure a lot of guys are going to come to the sideline for a little hydration. Two wingbacks in the backfield right now, and they will hand the ball to nobody. It's on the ground. Bears couldn't get there in time. Swagler was the young man who was lined up on this flank and who the intended running back was. And now we have a timeout on the sideline. I think this one was called by the Bears, so we'll take a timeout. Nope, it's a quarter, in fact. You look up at the quarter, and we get triple zeros on the scoreboard right now. So the first quarter's in the books here from Golden Bear Stadium. The Golden Bears down 6-0 here on BMU TV.
At Jason Deach Collision and Customs in Edgerton, they can help you restore almost anything, whether it's a minor fender bender or something much more serious. Something as big as a semi or a trailer that you use to haul your toys. And speaking of toys, the Customs Division will help you customize almost anything or help you restore that vehicle that you've been keeping under a tarp in the back of your garage. Take it from me, you'll not find a friendlier repair shop in Northwest Ohio. Jason Deach Collision and Customs, State Route 6, just
They say
east
there are
of
strength
Edgerton.
in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
High School, or the soon-to-be home of Bryan High School, right across from us right now. And that school building looks like it's really coming along, Chris.
Yeah, it does.
Brown back in the ball game at running back now for Anthony Wayne, but they'll throw the ball on first down. Little outlet here in the flat is complete for a couple. Short gain, 22, Julian Allen. And a nice job by the Bears right there to slow things down. Damon Belts again getting a workout. And I'll tell you, Damon does have that. He's got that mentality for that middle linebacker. He's got that nose for the football. Likes to rough it up and mix it up. So it's a perfect defense for him playing that middle linebacker. We've already seen him all over the football field here today. Third down now at about 13 for Anthony Wayne. High snap. Here comes the rush. Bears almost picked it off, and I believe, again, that was Clayton Farrell that stepped in front of it. And, man, if Clayton would have had that one, he had a convoy and was heading towards the other end, but hit him in the worst darn place for a defensive end,
right in the hands.
Yep, just where you don't want it to be. It'll be fourth down now, 13 to go for Anthony Wayne, and the Generals will kick this away.
Bears need to get some offense going now. They were able to hold and stop Anthony Wayne.
Yep, Brandon Farrell drops deep right in front of us here on the home side. And Josh Jones will be the other deep back up on the visitors' side, both of them back around the 10. High kick, but a short kick. And it will take kind of a neutral bounce, just bounces straight up and down, and will be down right at the 28-yard line.
So they'll start from the 30 like everybody has been.
Brad Tanner. All right, thank you, man. Brad Tanner, the kicker for Anthony Wayne, as we have some pretty dependable spotters up here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Horrible roster, but great spotters, guys. Thanks for being here. Yep, they're going to sit it right at the 28 there.
Oh,
Chris.
they are. That's interesting.
They're going to throw you the curveball here as we go.
They must have changed things.
So the Bears have the football, first down at 10. I formation again as Peters goes under center. Tight end, a couple wide outs. They'll turn and hand to Damon Bells, and Bells will be ahead for a yard. Just not been able to open that hole up for either one of these running backs so far tonight, Chris. I think probably about the longest run's been 3 or 4. About the contrary to the 79-yarder that Brown put on us there a little while ago. Bears only getting a couple here and a couple there so far to open up the season. And it's going to have to come really out of the strength of that interior line.
Yep.
Peters again crouched all the way down underneath the center. He'll pitch.
Oh, they got through that quick.
Right
number
now.
3 is for Anthony Wayne. Just got down super quick.
Isaac Smith.
Rittenhouse was the carrier.
And again, a missed block. Somebody's got to pick that guy coming up through that hole right there. Then Rittenhouse would have time to get around that corner with some success. But if you don't catch the guy that's shooting the gap like that.
He came through fast.
Yeah, he was just there waiting on you.
He just met him.
Yep. Johnny Ruff is 3. Okay. These aren't buddies' years. We're just throwing names in, are they? They're like your cousin or somebody like that.
Oh,
here comes the pressure. Screen was there, but again, too many purple jerseys on the wrong side of the blue jerseys here to set that thing up. They allowed the rushers to do their thing, and Drew Peters did a nice job of holding that football as long as he possibly could, but then you expect to have that little running back sitting out there with nobody around him, and he had 2 blue shirts around him, and the Golden Bears blockers were on the other side.
Pass for a loss.
Jones drops it, picks it back up, almost had a block, still gets off a nice kick, and it will be fair caught on the Anthony Wayne side of the 50, down around the 44, maybe the 45. We'll see where they put it down.
And maybe in the second half they're actually going to do it where it lands.
Yeah, basically spot it. Well, Coach has his offensive line down there, Chris, right now, I think, watching and drawing this whole thing up and saying, see, you're supposed to be on this side of this guy,
right.
not on the
not
other
that
side.
Guy.
Yeah,
not that side.
Over here, man, where you can throw a block, not on the backside. All right, the Bears defense back out on the football field. Brown again, the single running back in the backfield. And they'll hand it off to Brown, and Brown scoots his way through a little hole off the left side out to the 50-yard line. Now, this will be a good look for the Bears to be able to get the chance to have to deal with a young man like this one who's as quick and as elusive as what he is. They'll find a couple of pretty solid running backs when you head over to Wauseon this year. Liberty again with a couple of backs. Gunnar Oaks still over at Swanton.
Yes,
I heard that they talked about making him the quarterback, but then when we got the roster, they still had him down as a wide receiver.
That dude was fast.
Deep throw is behind the Bears and completed down to about the 15-yard line. 3 Golden Bears down there, but they weren't able to get where they needed to go.
All the way down to the 15. Wow.
Bryce Gunnar, the intended receiver, stood out there and waited for it to get there, and the Bears not able to catch up.
Who had that one? Did you even see?
44 Gunnar.
Boy. 35-yard pickup, and he had him beat.
Yeah, he had everybody beat. He got behind 3 of our defensive backs. And again, a bunch of guys here this year that are still figuring this thing out. Here's 50 again. He's running to the 5. He's inside close to the goal line. Did he get in?
Nope.
They're going to say touchdown at about the 1-foot line.
Cooper Heck. Love that name.
I think you need another kid. What do you think?
No.
Cooper
I think we're good. I think we're good there.
Cooper Malenga. I think that'd be a great name, a great first name there.
I think that's really good.
Call him Coop. Just like your favorite buddy over in Wauseon and your used to be favorite Buckeye coach. How's that? And they'll turn it and hand it to him again, and he'll easily walk into the end zone as that offensive line again opened up a nice big hole down there at the goal line. Let's see if they'll do any better with this extra point. They missed the first time.
I wonder if they're going to just set up to go for 2.
Bad snap, and kicker back out on the football field, so they're going to
be there till he gets it right.
That's it, man. Keep on kicking it.
That last time that snap was just so low. You have two options: pick it up and try to throw it, or bury it.
Yeah, it's about it. Better snap, great placement, and a big leg. And that one would have been good from about 40. So Anthony Wayne is able to put a second touchdown on the board, kick the extra point through, and make it 13-0 here on BryantSports.com and BMU TV.
Hey, you in the old silver car. Looks like you could use a new ride.
What?
At Darrell Shirkey Ford Lincoln, we can upgrade you to a nice pre-owned vehicle or a new Ford or Lincoln.
How are you doing this?
We have a huge selection of vehicles, and with our aggressive pricing policy, we make them very affordable.
This is pretty aggressive. I don't think a billboard's ever tried to sell me a car before.
Come and see why we are the fastest growing dealership in Northwest Ohio. Hey, you in the white pickup.
At Krill Funeral Service, we are professionals with the sincere desire to reward every family who have placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. As remembrance planners, our goal is to help families find joy in the way they choose to remember, honor, and celebrate the wonderful life of their loved one. Krill Funeral Service, we are experts at helping hearts heal.
It was a 4-play, 55-yard drive, resulting in a touchdown. And Bears now trail 13-0 over Anthony Wayne here on BMU TV.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, it's going to be fun this year because we're going to go back to the streaming everything on WQCT this year.
Nice.
Okay, so we'll have a radio presence this year, and if everything works out well, we'll be up on 96.5 FM for the first game next week on Vanward.
Hey, that'd be nice.
And then we'll obviously be streaming everything over the internet on QCT's website, on TuneIn. Ooh, that one hit receiver right in the head there. Was that Rittenauer down there? No, it's 22, isn't it?
Yep.
Brandon Farrell. So we'll be streaming up there on I don't know exactly what Herman's using. We're using BryantSports.com this year.
We will be. Yeah, right now it's on the BMU live stream page.
Okay, so it'll be on the BMU live stream page.
I didn't even set up BryantSports.com yet. You see, it creeps up on you, man.
I'll tell you what. Well, a guy like you who changed from one multi-million-dollar job to another multi-million-dollar job,
Yep, yeah.
It is that kind of a situation.
Yep, multi-million-dollar knot.
A big roller like you, Malinga. I'm sure it's been a
I
busy off season for a guy like you working for a new job. That's the nice thing, though. You're
get my
just
agent
around
involved.
the corner.
Yep, I get my agent involved, and that signing bonus.
Yeah, well, when you pull up in the rolls like you always do, that's how we know when you're here. Little misdirection, but Anthony Wayne not going for it. And John Rittenhouse, unfortunately, dropped for about a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
We are live streaming on BryantSports.com. See,
there you go.
Eric's more on top of things than I am.
Eric Herman, you know what? There is nobody in the world on top of things better than Eric Herman.
That's
is,
true.
You know what I mean?
He is the man with the plan.
That's it.
I noticed how we have the bus parked outside just for show.
Yeah, it's just a big old billboard nowadays.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a luxury touring bus now.
Absolutely.
Chris Bryce works out of that bus now. It's kind of a celebrity. It's his own little makeup and celebrity room,
I'm with the band.
That's it. That's Bryce. Peters will drop now. He'll roll to his left, look to throw the ball, and it's a little bit behind the intended receiver. And again, that's just going to be part of the scenario. Lucas Nye, number 4, was the young man who the ball was intended for. And Nye reached back to try to pick that one out of the air, but unfortunately, good coverage out of Anthony Wayne, and the incompletion sets up a 3rd down now on 12. Offensive line is going to have to just somehow gel this year, Chris.
Yes, they are.
If we're going anywhere. Because so far tonight, no holes to run through early, and Drew Peters really has had no time to throw as well. 3rd down at about 12 for the Bears. Peters drops.
Again,
has
he's
some
pressured.
time, and now he's running out of time.
Pocket just collapsed again.
25-yard line. He'll lose about another 5. It'll set up a 4th down now and a whole bunch for the Golden Bears. And again, you're right, that pocket just collapsed. You know, you can have some pressure like that around you, but as long as it doesn't collapse, you can stand in there and make the throw.
Yep.
But when you're standing there trying to make that throw and the next thing you know, there's nothing but blue shirts on top of you, it makes for a long, long evening. Josh Jones has been basically the star of the night for the Bears. Another good kick. Ooh. So drive the receiver back inside the 45-yard line of Anthony Wayne. And they'll start him out. And let's see if they're going to move that thing to the 45 or the 44.
They're going to move it to the 45.
So it'll be first down and 10, Anthony Wayne. They're up 13-0 here. We have 5:48 to play in the first half. Bears really have do they have a first down yet tonight, Chris?
I don't believe so.
Down yet.
I don't believe so. Let's see.
It has been a long, long first half so far for Coach Redhead and his guys. And again, it's going to get down to that offensive line.
And they're down there looking at that screen, you know, trying to get things figured out.
Hopefully they're not chasing Pokemon out here or anything like that. Little screen pass is thrown behind the intended receiver, Kyle Williams, and the opening play of this drive for Anthony Wayne will go for no gain.
I don't know if I can get first downs. I might have to. Oh, here we go. Brian does not have a first down. Anthony Wayne has 8 of them.
That's what I thought.
Learning this new stats program, man.
Now, is this the stats program that you designed that made you the multi-gazillionaire that you are right now?
No, this is a piece of software we use a lot for baseball and basketball.
Okay.
The company we use, and I love their baseball one. It's the greatest stats software I've ever seen. The basketball one's okay. The football one is so confusing. I feel like I need like a master's degree in engineering to run this thing.
There you go. So. Well, we have time out on the field, and we'll get more into this thing because, you know, again, I want to ride in that Rolls after the ball game if I can. Can you drop me off
sure.
the house?
Why
or
not?
Is that okay?
It's not there, though.
Okay.
It's not here, though.
5:42 left to go here in the first half. Why don't we step away for a quick timeout here on BryantSports.com, BMU TV, and every other little adjective I can throw out there right now.
Things are starting to settle down here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. After the fire, we had to rearrange everything. We brought in new offices for our staff. We reorganized our inventory to accommodate our new layout. Things are starting to feel a little more like home.
Morning, Chip.
Maybe a little too comfortable. Bryan Ford Lincoln, great deals, great people, great experiences.
Anthony Wayne will try to sweep here on the first down play, and they'll pick up about a yard.
Olay.
Alex Swagler, the running back. Again, this year the offense that we're expected to see out of the Bears this year, Percornick, Jordan Robb, Connor Ford, Jimmy Sanchez, Travis Beck, all these guys trying to figure things out and make things work. And if they can gel here going into the season, then the offense is probably going to do just fine. If they're not, it's going to be tough to run the ball without any holes. Picked off. Nice job by the Bears. Stepping in front of that one and back to midfield and into Anthony Wayne territory. That's 3 picks tonight?
Yeah, 2 picks.
2 picks tonight and almost a third. Brady Shankster, the young man that stepped in front of that one, had a nice job returning the football into Anthony Wayne territory.
All the way down.
Now they're actually going to set him on 49. The 49 of the Bears here on the wrong side of the 50. I thought we were on the 49 of Anthony Wayne. Must have stepped out of bounds.
A little bit quicker than I thought on the other side.
Well, that's it. The interceptions are something to be positive about.
Yeah, no, we've done
that one. He just stepped right in front of.
Just a real nice job of reacting to that ball. So defensive backfield here playing pretty well. Now we need to get this offense on track. Peters rolls to his right, looking for some blocks. He's got one. He throws it down the field, and we're going to have a pass interference call.
I don't think that's a good call. I think he just fell down. I think Culler just fell down.
Sam Culler was the intended receiver down around the 30-yard line, and I think if you ask the gentleman that was covering him there, 42 for Anthony Wayne. There you go. Ray Molmack? Braden Womack. Okay. Man, that's not right on the – you got it wrong here again, guys. It says Bryce Gunner down here. I'm telling you what, you guys are deceptive. I think you lose a touchdown right there, you know. Might be the only score we get tonight, but
but when you're deceiving the guys that are doing the TV broadcast tonight, man, it costs you. You have to be penalized. It's just that's the way it works. All right, it'll be first down and 10 for the Bears after the penalty, as they'll have the football on the 36-yard line of Anthony Wayne, the best field position of the night for the Bears. Getting that four-man front here for Anthony Wayne. And a quick little pass out in the flat will be a little bit short. And it will be incomplete. That was, again, no 29 on our roster here tonight. Jake Jones coming back in 27, I can tell you that.
We had no idea who that went to?
Have no idea who 29 is there, big guys, unfortunately. You know, we expected Zach Nobis to be the quarterback this year, and Zach with a baseball injury. Hoping to get him back yet before the season gets too far underway, as Rittenhouse with the draw gets right back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. Drew Peters was expecting to be a flanker or a running back in this offense this year, not the quarterback. But Nobis with an injury playing baseball. Had some troubles getting it back to where he wanted it to be, and he's just not ready to play right now. Jones and Culler up on top of the screen. Belts down in his fullback spot. Rittenhouse comes up and picks up a blitzing linebacker, and this one is completed to Josh Jones at a very nice throw by Drew Peters. And Jones will step out just in front of that stick. It'll be fourth down and short, I believe.
Ball spotted at the 27-yard line.
Ball's at the 27. They need to get to about the 26 for the first down. Yep. The offense stays on the field.
I would.
Bears looking for that very first down tonight, and that was a nice job. Linebacker in his face, Chris. He got rid of the football, put it out there where it needed to be just in time. So the Bears go into that pro set look now. Peters under center, crouching down, turns, hands to Damon Bells. No, he kept it himself.
He's close.
And I believe he got what he needed, as they're going to mark that inside the 26-yard line. That'll be the first down of the night for the Bears if it's set down where I think it's going to be.
They're looking at it.
Well, they're going to bring the sticks in and check it out. Boy, it sure looks from over here like that front. The front stick on that on those chains was right at the 40 or the 26-yard line, and that ball inside, in between the 26 and the 25 right now. So I'd be surprised if this
stretch it out.
This comes out to be short. First down, man. They're having a hard time getting it going. There you go. Didn't even need to bring it down, man. The quadrifocals were working perfectly. I have them into a mid-season focus right now. How's that?
Still got the dark quadrifocals on.
Yeah, I got those on tonight. I'm doing that celebrity thing since I'm hanging out with you tonight, Malenga.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, you know, it's not every night that a guy gets to hang out with Chris Malenga. That's just what I'm telling everybody. Back to the eye for the Bears after their first down. Ball 1st and 10 on the 26. Peters drops. He'll roll now towards the home side and throw this one. It's going to be intercepted down around the 10-yard line. A little bit underthrown to Josh Jones. So Drew Peters, after a couple of decent passes, throws this one away, and the first interception of the night.
Don't know who that was.
For the Generals, that was number 50 there. That was your buddy 50.
Oh, that was Cooper Heck?
Cooper Heck, yep. Even though in the program they call him Alex Vogel. I believe that's probably what's on his passport. I think these guys are bringing some East Germans in here tonight to play football for them. What do you think? 1st and 10, Anthony Wayne. 3:33, 3:31 to play here in the opening half.
And I don't know what we're going to see. I think there's going to be some freshman stuff at halftime, but I don't know if we're going to see a full game or not. So we're all going to be learning together.
Well, you know, it's the first night. We'll work the bugs out as we go. Flanker.
Ooh, nice tackle.
And a nice job by the Bears right there.
That was the first just acrobatic tackle.
Okay,
Varsity
there you
for
go.
3/4, JV 4th quarter, and I had some freshmen at halftime, I hear.
See, these guys, they run the scrimmage, but they can't get the numbers right. I'm still trying to figure this out. I guess so. It's early. I got you. I'll give you credit. 2nd down, I give him about 3 on that pickup. 2nd down and 7. Hand off to Brown. He finds his way back through a crease, tries to cut back upfield. He'll get across the 20 to about the 22. Give him about 3, and it'll set up 3rd down now and about 3 for the Generals from Anthony Wayne. .237, clock is moving. Bears trail 13-0 here in the final scrimmage of the 2016 preseason. Next week when we kick this bad boy off down there in Van Wert, man, it all counts.
Yes, it does. We'll be outside, so pray for no rain.
I love being outside in Van Wert. There's just nothing better than that. Bring the ponchos and the umbrellas or whatever you need if you need to. 3rd down try is going to be very, very close as the quarterback with some extra effort and a little bit of stretch, I think, might have gotten there. Bryson Bias.
That's going to be close.
I think they're going to say 4th down and short. They marked him down just in front of that 25-yard line. And that'll set up a punt.
Wow.
Good job by the Bears to be able to limit the Generals to just a 3 and out here right before the half with 1:36 and counting. Bears will get the football back and able to run the 2-minute drill. Ball will bounce and roll dead inside the 35 at about the 34-yard line. That's where the Golden Bears will have the football. 1:19 to play, opening half. And as you said, Chris, not sure what they'll do here at the halftime, but
I think I heard that the freshmen are going to play some.
Expecting 3/4 of football out of the varsity here tonight.
They marked it where it hit, so it must have hit at the 36, 35.
Well, you know, I tell you what, Coach Redhead thought great off season, had a good situation with his guys, got them all in the weight room, was happy with the response there of what was going on, and full year under his belt. He's looking forward to some better things this year and then continue to grow the program as he goes. Peters will roll. He has some blockers, and they actually are blocking this time. But he didn't have a receiver. This ball's tipped and almost intercepted out around midfield. Matt Harold was the intended receiver, 21. Josh Jones also in the area. Neither one really open, and they were kind of lucky that one didn't get picked off, Chris.
Yep, it kind of got tipped. It got tipped by the Anthony Wayne player first.
Clock will stop with 1:11 to play here in the half.
Just odd looking out and seeing that building there now. You know
it
what
is,
I mean?
Isn't it? Yes, it is.
Looks good, though.
Does look good, and everybody will be ready to go here in a couple more weeks. All the folks over here in Bryan get to hang out until the 13th of September.
Yep.
My grandson told me that the other day, and I looked at him like he was crazy. Then he went floating through his iPad up to the school's website and showed it to me and said, there you go, Grandpa. 13th, that's when we're going to school. Loss of a couple by the Bears there as Rittenhouse is stuffed in the backfield, and it'll be third down now at about 13. Both teams coming to the sidelines to chat for a minute or two. Bears will have the football with 1:03 to play here in the opening half.
3rd and 13. So we got a male cheerleader this year at Bryant.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
They announced it and said it's the first male cheerleader in quite a long time here.
Well, I'll be darned.
So when he was walking, I thought he would be the mascot or something, but there he is.
Standing right down there in the sideline.
Yeah, so last name says Vermillion.
Yeah, there you go.
So he doesn't have his graduation year on the back like all the other ones do. That doesn't seem fair. All the other cheerleaders have their graduation year on the back.
Well, there you go. He's going to have to figure out how to fit in. You know, that's maybe that's his temporary shirt or something. Maybe that's his practice jersey the same way.
There you go.
Yeah, the freshmen come running in on the other side on the Anthony Wayne side. I think our freshmen are already on the sideline here for our team as we'll get ready and throw some freshman action in between.
Yeah, we got all this stuff set up, but we didn't get our camera that flies above the field set up in time.
Well, you know, he still has a couple weeks before that all happens.
Ooh, nice pass.
Nice throw, nice catch for the Bears out into Anthony Wayne territory. Down around the 42-yard line. And, again, that's at 29. We're trying to figure out who he is. Not sure who 29 is. We've got a 28 at Bryson Andrews. Bryson Andrews is 28, and 30 is James Dominic. But there is a big blank in between those two.
I'm going to give it to Bryson Andrews.
We've got a penalty here.
We do have a penalty?
On the Bears back here at the 30-yard line, so it's going to wipe out that big pass.
What's the penalty? I didn't even see him signal it.
I think it was either a hold or a block at the back. It was in the backfield.
I'm guessing it would be a hold.
If you see where that's at back around the 30, it'd have to be some sort of a hold. Or
Eric's telling me it was a hold.
There you go. I don't know. Chris Bryce got any scores for us down there? Bryce doing anything but taking a nap here tonight?
I don't think
probably?
So.
Need to put a mic on the big fella down there. Let him talk to us at halftime here, I think.
I don't know. They don't tell me anything.
So it's third down and a whole bunch now as the Bears have about 24. Go back to that eye look. Peters will drop back. Now he'll scramble to his left. Ball gets knocked out. Bears following it, but it's back around the 10-yard line. It'll set up a fourth down now for the Golden Bears. Matt Harold, the young man that got on the football, back at the 10, and that'll set up fourth down and a whole bunch now. Clock moving at 29 seconds. Bears probably will be happy to run this thing as far as they can run it. And, in fact, the play clock's at 23. So I would guess that they're not even going to kick. But having said that, obviously they'll probably kick. Jones coming our way. I think they're coming off the sideline, though, now. The play clock's at 14. Game clock's at 4.
Yep. So we're just going to let's go to the house and get some water. And go
I think so. Well, that is the night. Tonight's the night that you want to try to fine-tune a couple things, but at all costs, you want everybody to come out of here with just a bump or a bruise and nothing serious. And the Bears will go into the locker room tonight down 13-0 here against Anthony Wayne.
Could be worse.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Good defense.
Defense played relatively well. The offense has had a hard time opening up any holes or really giving Drew Peters the time that he needs to throw the football. But, again, this is the night that you work those bugs out and you get them ready for Van Wert next week.
That's right.
We'll take a step away right now. We're at halftime here on BMU TV.
Snow, rain, salt, grit, and grime. Dirty shoes, spare change, food wrappers, and years of dust and dirt. These things have taken a toll on your family vehicle's exterior and interior. Admit it, if your family vehicle could talk, it would be begging to look like it did when you drove it off the lot. So treat your car to a custom detailing job inside and out at Whelan's Auto Repair in Bryan.
Not only do we service all makes and models, but we now offer professional detailing services too. Bring your car or truck in today and we'll send it home with a smile.
Every day, busy young executives travel the world in search of that next big deal. And when their plane lands, the first thing on their mind is a great place to stay. When it comes to Northwest Ohio, that's the Plaza Motel. They know the Plaza has the high-speed internet connection they need, all their favorite TV channels, and a great morning breakfast. Next time you touch down in Northwest Ohio, stop by and see why TripAdvisor travelers make the Plaza their place to recharge before they take off again.
You know, gathering with those we love, we get to catch up and we get to reflect on the past.
It seems like every time we get together, I always learn something new.
Here's the front page of the Columbus Dispatch when he won state baseball tournament, sliding into home plate.
Look at that, the front page. And that's a neat picture.
That was a great memory. I'll never forget that.
At Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, we understand that there are special memories that need to be remembered and shared.
Looking for career opportunities? They're closer than you think. Northwest State has more than 70 degree and certificate programs, so you can start on the path to a rewarding career. Or transfer your credits toward a bachelor's degree. Your future is knocking. What are you waiting for? Opportunities await at Northwest State Community College. Find out more at northweststate.edu.
Okay, I have your order as one loaded chicken chunks tossed in hot sauce, Tex-Mex style, with a spinach artichoke dip and nacho chips, a 4-inch roast beef sub on white bread. Your total will be $20.24. We'll have that in 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Sub order!
Sub order.
Sub order!
Thank you. Introducing loaded chicken chunks. Myros, more than just pizza.
Looking for career opportunities? They're closer than you think. Northwest State has more than 70 degree and certificate programs, so you can start on the path to a rewarding career or take your existing skills to a whole new level. Your future is knocking. What are you waiting for? Opportunities await at Northwest State Community College. Find out more at northweststate.edu.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
At Jason Deach Collision and Customs in Edgerton, they can help you restore almost anything, whether it's a minor fender bender or something much more serious. Something as big as a semi or a trailer that you use to haul your toys. And speaking of toys, the Customs Division will help you customize almost anything, or help you restore that vehicle that you've been keeping under a tarp in the back of your garage. Take it from me, you'll not find a friendlier repair shop in Northwest Ohio. Jason Deach Collision and Customs, State Route 6, just east of Edgerton.
Hey, you in the old silver car. Looks like you could use a new ride.
What?
At Darryl Shirkey Ford Lincoln, we can upgrade you to a nice pre-owned vehicle or a new Ford or Lincoln.
How are you doing this?
We have a huge selection of vehicles, and with our aggressive pricing policy, we make them very affordable.
This is pretty aggressive. I don't think a billboard's ever tried to sell me a car before.
Come and see why we are the fastest growing dealership in Northwest Ohio. Hey, you in the white pickup.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
to settle down here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. After the fire, we had to rearrange everything. We brought in new offices for our staff. We reorganized our inventory to accommodate our new layout. Things are starting to feel a little more like home.
Morning, Jeff.
Maybe a little too comfortable. Bryan Ford Lincoln, great deals, great people, great experiences. Things are starting to settle down here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. After the fire, we had to rearrange everything. We brought in new offices for our staff. We reorganized our inventory to accommodate our new layout.
Tony's Car Care with the thoroughness of our detail work. Every inch has to be spotless. People say we have put the detail in detailing for almost 30 years. Now when the engine light comes on your dash, or you need an oil change, tires, or brakes, think of Tony's and understand we take the same pride in our repair work as we do in our detailing. Tony's Car Care, from window tinting to everyday car repair.
I am Tony Signs, and you have my word that we will take care of you.
Every day, busy young executives travel the world in search of that next big deal. And when their plane lands, the first thing on their mind is a great place to stay. When it comes to Northwest Ohio, that's the Plaza Motel. They know the Plaza has the high-speed internet connection they need, all their favorite TV channels, and a great morning breakfast. Next time you touch down in Northwest Ohio, stop by and see why TripAdvisor travelers make the Plaza their place to recharge before they take off again.
Many area residents associate Tony's Car Care with the thoroughness of our detail work. Every inch has to be spotless. People say we have put the detail in detailing for almost 30 years. Now when the engine light comes on your dash, or you need an oil change, tires, or brakes, think of Tony's and understand we take the same pride in our repair work as we do in our detailing. Tony's Car Care, from window tinting to everyday car repair.
I am Tony Signs, and you have my word that we will take care of you.
You know, gathering with those we love, we get to catch up and we get to reflect on the past.
It seems like every time we get together, I always learn something new.
Here's the front page of the Columbus Dispatch when we won state baseball tournament, sliding into home plate.
Look at that, the front page. And that's a neat picture.
That was a great memory. I'll never forget that.
At Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, we understand that there are special memories that need to be remembered and shared.
Looking for career opportunities? They're closer than you think. Northwest State has more than 70 degree and certificate programs, so you can start on the path to a rewarding career or take your existing skills to a whole new level. Your future is knocking. What are you waiting for? Opportunities await at Northwest State Community College. Find out more at northweststate.edu.
Okay, I have your order as one loaded chicken chunks tossed in hot sauce, Tex-Mex style, with a spinach artichoke dip and nacho chips, a 4-inch roast beef sub on white bread. Your total will be $20.24. We'll have that in 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Sub order!
Sub order.
Sub order!
Thank you.
Introducing loaded chicken chunks. Myros, more than just pizza.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
At Jason Deach Collision and Customs in Edgerton, they can help you restore almost anything, whether it's a minor fender bender or something much more serious. Something as big as a semi or a trailer that you use to haul your toys. And speaking of toys, the Customs Division will help you customize almost anything, or help you restore that vehicle that you've been keeping under a tarp in the back of your garage. Take it from me, you'll not find a friendlier repair shop in Northwest Ohio. Jason Deach Collision and Customs, State Route 6, just east of Edgerton. At Jason Deach Collision and Customs in Edgerton, they can help you restore.
At Krill Funeral Service, we are professionals with the sincere desire to reward every family who have placed their trust and confidence in us by being attentive to every detail, displaying the highest level of courtesy and compassion, and providing the greatest measure of respect for their wishes. As remembrance planners, our goal is to help families find joy in the way they choose to remember, honor, and celebrate the wonderful life of their loved one. Krill Funeral Service, we are experts at helping hearts heal.
Things are starting to settle down here at Bryan Ford Lincoln. After the fire, we had to rearrange everything. We brought in new offices for our staff. We reorganized our inventory to accommodate our new layout. Things are starting to feel a little more like home.
Morning, Jeff.
Maybe a little too comfortable. Bryan Ford Lincoln, great deals, great people, great experiences.
Snow, rain, salt, grit, and grime. Dirty shoes, spare change, food wrappers, and years of dust and dirt. These things have taken a toll on your family vehicle's exterior and interior. Admit it, if your family vehicle could talk, it would be begging to look like it did when you drove it off the lot. So treat your car to a custom detailing job inside and out at Whelan's Auto Repair in Bryan.
Not only do we service all makes and models, but we now offer professional detailing services too. Bring your car or truck in today and we'll send it home with a smile.
Along with Chris Malenga. And Chris, interesting, the freshman out playing here for the last 20 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes. So the halftime period basically for the varsity, and now the first team back ready to go here for both teams. And we've got one more quarter of football.
Yes, we do.
As we get warmed up, wrapped up, and ready to go for Van Wert here in a week. Next Friday, we will be in Van Wert. By this time of the night, we'll be probably about ready to start the third quarter, I
don't
bet.
know. Is it a 7:30 game when we're at Van Wert? You know, the league games are all 7, but I think that Van Wert game may be 7:30.
It could be. We'll have to check the schedule to be sure there again. But we'll be pretty much through that first half, if not into the second half of that ball game by this time next Friday night. And it will be interesting to see how the Golden Bears will open up the season here. Right now, they trail 13-0. They've had some real difficulty getting their offense going against the Generals here from Anthony Wayne tonight. And this kick will make it back to the 5-yard line, and no quick kicks being returned tonight or punts, so that ball will be brought back out here and started at the 20.
Nope, the 30.
At the 30, I'm sorry.
Well, that's what the Bears can do after that little break.
Yeah, one more week here to put everything together. Looks like Josh Jones is one of the receivers, 27. Drew Peters obviously going to be the quarterback. Damon Belts and John Rittenhouse, the two running backs. We believe Clayton Farrell is number 40, as Jones will split out to the top with color, number 2. Get that eye look.
We haven't seen anything throwing colors away, but he hasn't had any time.
No, that has been a problem. The offensive line has had difficulties here keeping Anthony Wayne at bay. Now Drew steps up, throws across the middle. There's a completion. Josh Jones with the football into Anthony Wayne territory just across the midfield stripe. And that's a good sign. Very first play of the third quarter is a first down. It took us almost 2 quarters to get that first one, Chris.
Absolutely. And that was Jones, correct?
That was Josh Jones with the completion. Jones in front of us now, split out with color to the top. They'll turn and hand the ball to Damon Belts, and Belts will have to fight for a couple of tough yards off right guard. He'll be into Anthony Wayne territory at the 48-yard line. Second down and 8. And next week it starts to count. Obviously not league play, but we will have Van Wert, Tiffin Columbian coming back our way this year. Chris, that'll be an interesting ball game. Get a chance to play Napoleon this year, and then obviously all of the NWAL conference teams. Peters rolls to his right, steps out of the first tackle, spins out of the second, but it's the third and fourth guys that wrap him up and drop him for a loss back inside Bears territory at the 48. And give it to him at the 47. So a loss of about 5 on that play, and it will set up third down now and 13 for the Golden Bears. And again,
just as we got moving forward.
Yeah, trouble being able to protect Drew Peters long enough to give him some time and allow him to get somewhere. Van Wert will be an interesting team next week. They graduated a number of their players from that team last year. So it's a rebuilding year for them. It's a rebuilding year for a number of teams that we're going to see this year. Peters steps up in the pocket, which collapses around him, and he'll be dropped for a loss of another 3. And it'll set up a fourth down now. The other side of this system that we're going to run this year with the 2 wide receivers, really, if they can't get some separation to get open kind of quickly, It makes it a little tougher there for Drew Peters as well, as the other defense able to rush and blitz a little bit more, knowing that they don't have that spread look where we used to have 5 guys out on that line of scrimmage that you had to actually cover and account for. Right now, the tight end is always lined up tight on either the left or the right side, and then the receivers split so far tonight, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, and 2 running backs in the backfield.
Quarterback's always under center.
Yep.
Which is
nothing out of the shotgun here tonight. So
that's what's interesting about that is you could give him all that time he's dropping back. They're pursuing it. He starts out there in the shotgun. I don't know. Maybe he gets something done. I don't know.
We'll see how the coach plays it here as the year goes on. Anthony Wayne now with their first opportunity in the third quarter. Quarterback in that pistol look with Brown in the running back position with him. They'll throw out, complete. Again, that little dink and dunk 5-yard pass, but that's what we were familiar with a couple of years ago when we ran that spread. Quick pass, quick pass, quick pass, then boom, you can hit something deep potentially. But again, this is not a team that has, in the Bears again this year, a team that has been blessed with a number of wide receivers like we had 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
When Jimmy was around, he had 4 or 5 guys that he could always depend on. A little more difficult this year. And for Coach Redhead, I think he thinks this system fits his scheme and his ideas right now fit the team that he has and the talent that he has. Pickup will be enough for a first down, so we'll move the sticks, and Anthony Wayne again opens up with a first down on their very first opportunity here. We're going to do this quarter, and then we're going to step away, and we'll be back on the air next week from Van Wert. Bryson Bias, the quarterback, hands the ball off to Brown, I believe, and Brown's up off left tackle for about 3. Bias is a sophomore, and as we said here earlier, or junior, as we said earlier on, they've gone through a couple of quarterbacks here in the preseason, so hoping they can keep him healthy and make things happen, as he has shown a pretty nice arm tonight, Chris. He's very accurate on those little short passes. Another first down there as he completes one out across the 45 to about the 47.
Was that Gunner again?
I don't have a clue. How's that? Gotten to the point where we're all doing numbers and working on that last quarter and getting ready for some real football next week when we'll be set and ready to go. I heard Chris Bryce snoring in our headset there. Did you hear that? Bryce grabbing that. That's something he's got to practice. You can't come into these games and be able to get that nap in that third quarter without a little bit of practice, without maybe somehow stretching something you don't want to stretch,
I know.
That larynx or something, You tweak that larynx early in the season, it's just an injury you can't get over as the year goes on. You're not right for the entire year. Although some would say that maybe he's not been right for 40 years. And they add a couple of years on top of it when they talk about me. Turn around, handed to Brown. He makes the first guy miss. Steps his way around that left corner and then out of bounds as he's in Golden Bear territory at about the 49. They'll say he got to the 48. It'll set up a third down now at about 6. Clock moving at 7 minutes exactly here. Football to be played tonight. And again, both coaches hoping, I think, to get through this last 7 minutes.
Injury-free.
Everybody healthy and ready to go. Try to get a couple more things worked out if you possibly can, because the football season starts next week. Bears helmet still gold right now with no logos. I think we've got a holding call, and I believe Devontae Royster was the young man that was being held as he tried to attack the quarterback from that left end. Reached up and grabbed that jersey to keep him away.
Spot the penalty at the 50.
So what would have been a first down now will march the Generals back into their own territory all the way back to the 40-yard line. Holding call right there at midfield. Sets up a third down and long here for Anthony Wayne.
17. I was just about to say, I'll probably jinx them, so maybe I shouldn't even say it.
Okay.
We haven't had a lot of dumb penalties, like false starts
Yeah,
and
no, we haven't.
offsides, and, we've had very few penalties.
It's been a pretty clean game. I'm going down the numbers on this Anthony Wayne team, and I just can't believe a couple of the guys have the right numbers there in that line of scrimmage, too, because that kid is not 5'9", 155 pounds. Pass across the middle, on target, and all of the ground they gave up, they get back as the completion will take them into Golden Bear territory down to at about the 37-yard line. And that little slant coming across the middle.
Do you happen to see who picked that up?
Has been something that has not been a plus there for the Bears here tonight. No, I didn't.
I think that was Alex Swagler.
There you go.
Pick up a 23, by the way.
Just pick one, man. Six minutes even here at football to be played here at Golden Bear Stadium tonight. Doubles top and bottom with a single running back in the backfield. Quarterback calls for the football. Drops, looking to throw, running out of time. He thinks he's going to run, but he's not going to get loose. As the Bears from the pile, and they'll grab that number at 64. That's Trace Stiltner, if the number's correct. Stiltner only a freshman at 5'10", 235. I think that was Chance Taylor's number last year, if I remember correctly. Talked to his dad the other day.
Maybe a penalty on them. I don't know what it is. I want to say an unknown 15-yarder.
There you go.
Right? I mean,
ball will be moved over to the Anthony Wayne side of the 50 at the 49. It will set up a first down and a bunch. But, they have shown that they can get chunks of yardage in a hurry.
Had to be a hold then, right, if it's 10 yards? Probably.
Yeah, that's what you would expect. First and 25 now for Anthony Wayne. Brown again in the backfield. Quarterback will drop, looking to throw that screen. He's got Brown there in the flat, and Brown has room.